Director Richardson's car is there. The police car was back here.
Right back there.
And how close had you gotten to them? Where were you standing?
I was standing approximately right here.
Okay, so the police car is probably 25, 30 feet over there, and you weren't trying to interfere with their business, but he was telling you you were too close.
He was telling me I can't film or videotape, which I wasn't doing. And he said that the suspect told him I was doing it. I said, no, I wasn't doing it.
Well, you know that you have the right.
Well, I know that.
I'm going to tell this for our viewers, that you have the right in public to record public citizens.
Yeah, I know that. And that's
Well, how did it make you feel when he had you handcuffed in that car for about an hour?
It made me angry and really angry, because I've been pushing, and I agree with the need for us to have residency requirement for our police officers. I don't think that, I hate to think what would happen to a young man who didn't have a suit, who was cursing.
Yes, because I'm going to say you're dressed in a suspicious manner.
I just came from visiting a shelter for battered women and children. Just left there, stopped to get some gas, and I was coming around here. I saw him talking to the suspect, so I just stopped. He kept telling me, you can't stop, you can't take pictures or videotapes. I'm not doing that. I said, well, he told me you were. That's what the suspect told him. He didn't say he saw me doing that. He said the suspect told him that.
And I'm not going to zoom in too much on Ken's car, but Ken has a car that actually looks like a police vehicle, and on the back of it, he has got a well-known sticker that all city directors have on the back of their vehicle.
Well, see, here's the problem. In addition to being handcuffed, which pissed me off, upset me, rightfully so, because I didn't do anything. I wasn't cursing and yelling. I wasn't telling him to stop doing what he's doing. But shortly after he handcuffed me and put me in the car, there's about 5 other cars pull up.
Police cars?
Police cars, all of them white.
Now, was the officer...
This officer's name is Sullivan, the one who put me in the car.
Sullivan?
Sullivan. His badge number is 1013. And then...
He was a white officer.
White officer. And then another white officer came up, and when he pulled up my information, he started filling out the report. His name was Crawford. His badge number, I think, is 1015. And they both was trying to run the citation for me to sign at the same time. So.
And they gave you a citation?
A citation appeared for interfering with government operations. When I didn't, all I did was just stand right here, and I'm just watching how they talk and deal with one of my constituents.
Well, you know,
I get complaints about this all the time.
And I know that you see the videos that I do, because I did one 2 nights ago, I think, where I stopped
I get complaints
about the same distance.
If I don't stop and look and observe, then I'm not doing the job that people elect me to do. People complain to me all the time, unfortunately, and I think it shows a disconnect that you talk about a lot, that I talk about, a lot of people talk about, with people who are not from this community, and how they either respect or disrespect people from this community. I had a conversation with the fire chief today, just talking about this very exact thing. Not that I expect any deference, but those officers know who their elected officials are. They had no idea. And not that I expect any deference, because anybody could do what I was doing. Anybody can just...
And I do it daily, folks. Y'all know that.
I wasn't walking up on them saying, what are you doing? Stop, you can't do that. I was right here. You told me to move, you got to keep going. I said, no, I don't. So it's just this whole level of disrespect, this whole level of, I think, privilege, supremacy. I don't know how to couch it. But
well, it's Ken, what it is, it's a mercenary force that comes into Little Rock to patrol and control, and they view people like yourself and myself as enemy combatants.
They did the same thing with John Walker. Now you think about that. John Walker he was videotaping, and that was based on a bill that he sponsored. He's a state representative, long-term civil rights activist. The officers knew who he were. They still arrested him, put him in handcuffs. So imagine I'm in handcuffs and I got people, you just saw a couple of people.
Oh yeah.
By. See, everything okay? One of them is a current police officer. He was upset.
Right, and I saw that, folks. I'm not going to identify him, but he was visibly shaken.
And he had to leave because he didn't want to just keep shaking his steering wheel. He was visibly shaken. He was getting angry and upset. And when I told him about what the citation was for and showed it to him, he got even more upset. He was angry. Now, to me, it's insane. I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy. It's something that...
Well, I'll tell you, and if these charges stick and you have a court appearance, we'll put the date out there, and we want everybody to pack that district court office in support of Director Richardson and what he does for the community.
Here's what I suspect is going to happen. I suspect that somehow, some way, this citation is going to magically, majestically get resolved without me having to appear.
Well, I hope you have to appear. Not that that's bad, but I'm saying...
But this goes to the point that without any repercussion, any punishment, they'll do this stuff time and time again. I mean,
And if it can happen to a city director, folks, it can happen to anybody. Yeah, again, I'm going to let you look at Director Richardson. He is sharp and clean and came from a meeting at a women's shelter, battered women's shelter.
Just came from a meeting there. I just happened to stop over to get some gas. I was driving around and I saw him back there. So I just stopped just to observe the interaction, the interrogation, make sure everything was okay. Because I get complaints about this all the time. All the time. It wasn't that I was curious about it. I was ready to go home. I wanted to go home to give me something to eat. And I'm standing here and then he tells me that I'm under arrest, turn around and put the handcuffs on me, and had me sitting in the car for 20 or 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
And at the time I was sitting in the car, he radioed and then I look out the back of the window and man, it's about 5, 6 other police cars up there, all officers white.
Well, and folks, I'm going to tell you, we're in the Northwest Precinct area. Those officers are known as hard chargers. That name came from their former captain, Heath Helton, and you see what they've done to our friend here, Director Richardson. Again, I know this is hollow coming from me, but I am sorry that this happened to you, Director, and I'm sure that that something will come of this in the next day or two.
Well, I have a meeting scheduled, ironically, with the police chief tomorrow, and I called one of the assistant chiefs to tell him, and he tried to put a call in to the chief so he can tell him about it. I have a meeting that was scheduled before this incident just happened with the police chief tomorrow. And rest assured, there's going to be another item on my agenda.
All right.
It's already part of the agenda, but it's going to be more expanded now. It's going to be proof, actual proof of what I want to talk to him about with respect to community police relations. It's ridiculous.
Well, again, I'm sorry that happened. Thank you for calling us and bringing us in on it, because you know our followers and viewers like to keep abreast of these things, and just fortunate that it turned out that you didn't get shot. That they didn't mistake the cell phone in your hand for a handgun.
Well, yeah, and you know, it's funny. What makes it funny was the more my constituents came by thanking me for what I do and asked me whether it was okay, that recognized me as a city director, the more embarrassed or shocked he was looking.
The officer.
The more he seemed intent on going through what he was doing, because he knew it was BS. He knew
Yeah.
it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and I hope the rest of your night is uneventful, brother.
I hope so too.
All
Thank
right.
you for coming out here, brother, and hopefully this will get resolved some point in time soon. But I think for me, Russ, the biggest problem why they do that kind of nonsense is there's no repercussions behind it. None whatsoever. There's no disciplinary action.
No accountability.
No accountability. And then when you try to have some accountability, you can rest assured the FOP is going to jump in and try to have this defense. And they obviously going to have the standard operating mantra.
Feared for his safety.
Fear for safety, interfering with government operations. I didn't go over there and ask him, what are you doing? What's this guy's name? What do you do? I just stopped. He told me to keep moving. I said, I'm not going to keep moving. So the only thing I think I did wrong was offended his sense of entitlement or arrogance or supremacy. That's the only thing I think he wrote that may have angered him or made him feel less than a man. You know, a lot of these guys, when they have this Clark Kent syndrome. Clark Kent, without their uniform, they put their uniform and give them these magic powers that they can act any way they want to act. Especially in like this. Now, I'm almost certain that if I was Gene Fortune...
And in fact, folks, right behind us is the apartment complex, I believe. Is that the one where the police killed Eugene Ellison?
Yeah.
Right here behind us.
Yeah, right there.
Paid out the largest single settlement in Little Rock history. Shot an unarmed man in his own apartment.
An elderly man. And Russ...
Who had 2 sons that were police officers at the
And
time.
what's ironic was a young man's girlfriend stopped through and she was checking on him and they was talking to her disrespectfully, and at the time she said she was going to call the NAACP, but she was really angry about, you know, the fact that he fit the description of a suspect, and she was filed for where he's been, what he's doing. That's no way to say certain. And she called his father. His father came up here, and you know he was checking on him, making sure everything was okay too. And me and his father just told him, "Be quiet,
Calm down."
Calm down. He was visibly upset. When I had more right to be visibly upset.
Well, again, we're sorry this happened to you, and keep us abreast of what happens with this. And we're going to go ahead and sign off.